Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
David Brooks has written another irritating column, which means that, what does that mean, Jody? He will be invited on Bill Maher any second now to blame liberals.
Yes.
Conservative columnist Mona Sharon tore into him for his insinuation that liberals are to blame for the rise of Donald Trump. No. We're not taking that. No. We're not taking this. No. Brooks writes that most people in elite circles think of themselves as the forces of progress and enlightenment while viewing Trump fans as reactionary bigots and authoritarians. Maybe because they're reactionary bigots and authoritarians. God. In this alternative view, the anti-Trumpers, he writes, are actually the bad guys through selfishness and arrogance. They made Trump inevitable. Brooke employs the we, discussing anti-Trumpers, though the origin of the critique stretches back to a time we were called limousine liberals. I mean, first of all, Dana, it was, what's his name? Jim Jordan, who just referred to them as hillbillies. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're the more snotty elite than anybody, you know.
Absolutely.
No one looks down on Trump fans more than Trump. Excuse me.
If we're going to play devil's advocate, I think one of the reasons why he ran for president is because he was not accepted in the Democratic elite in New York. So, you know, he donated to Clinton, he donated to Hillary's campaign, he really wanted to hang out with the cool kids, and they rejected him. So if you're going to say it that way, maybe it is the Dems' fault in power that this is why he ran for president.
Yeah, if only someone had bought Hitler's paintings. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharon, in particular, takes issue with Brooks' insinuation that the meritocracy of who can and can't go to Ivy League schools and therefore who monopolizes all the best job opportunities was a source of resentment for the masses who backed Trump. She said it's wrong to lay all the resentments and grievances and non-elites at the feet of progressive elites, but Brooks seems to be doing so to prod those on the left to reflect a bit more on their own role in our polarized culture. At the end of the day, she noted, the fact is, even if progressives were guilty as charged, let's stipulate that they've hoarded all the great slots at universities for themselves and snagged all the Google jobs. It still wouldn't justify the free choice of millions of Americans to support a mentally unstable, vicious, constitution-shredding would-be autocrat.
Well done. Well said.
Yeah, exactly. That's on you. That's on you, maggots. Exactly. I mean, and first of all, as we keep talking about with this affirmative action stuff, Dana, I mean, everyone from the Bushes to the whatever, you know, we all know you got in because George Bush wasn't smart enough to go to Yale. It's because his daddy went there. And because he's
100%. I love these schools that are getting rid of legacy admissions because of the, you know, having them take away affirmative action. The universities aren't dumb. I mean, I think it's a great retribution for it.
Yeah, exactly. Heck, in Michigan, you're on with Dana. Hello.
Hey, it's Hack, actually.
Oh, Hack.
Hack.
Oh, yes, I think but Brooks is so full of crap. Trump saw a market in those who were aggrieved because one of those people were in the White House.
And there's nobody that's more coastal elite than Donald Trump. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what I really called to say was that women are better decision makers because they don't have competing heads.
Thank you. We love a good D joke here on the Stephanie Miller Show, don't we, kids?
I mean, we do.
Yes, we certainly
D's
do.
have been a topic of conversation this morning.
Yes, we keep bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up.
Oh, my.
Well done, Steffi. Nope, well done. Yep. You get,
okay,
you
Bill.
Get that one.
What? Bill in New Jersey. Hello, you're on with Dana.
Good morning, beautiful people.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this talk of impeachment because of the Caca caucus or whatever they are. They are threatening, and they have no reason to, other than, if you'll remember Henry Hyde, the guy with the mustache,
yes,
like a villain, who was Clinton's impeachment.
Yes.
When they asked him, is this payback for Watergate? He said, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be payback for Trump. And,
and I think it'll be just as disastrous for them, Dana, politically, as trying to impeach Bill Clinton for a BJ. There I am, bringing up a D thing.
Well,
sorry.
You know,
it's the topic.
It's okay. It just keeps popping up in conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kevin McCarthy faces unease within his ranks about impeaching Joe Biden, with some politically vulnerable and centrist Republicans indicating they don't believe there's enough evidence to take such a drastic step. Let me correct them. There is no evidence of anything, to the extent that most people have to go, impeach him for which, thing?
Right.
I don't... Right.
And who would run the impeachment? Could you imagine when we had Raskin and Schiff and all of these incredible people speaking on the floor during his impeachment? Like, who would be those people for the other side?
Yeah.
It would be a disaster.
I mean, Nancy Mace, playing, centrist for today, says you can't impeach the president's son. She's warned that impeaching Biden could put the GOP majority at risk. One other centrist said, you hear a lot of rumor and innuendo, but that's not fact to me. As a former prosecutor, I think there has to be facts. I think there has to be due process we follow. I've not seen any of that. Of course not, because there is no there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like you sort of are torn these days, Dana, between going, go ahead, because it's going to be disastrous for you politically, like it was when they tried to impeach Clinton, I guess. But it's just, we're in such a weird time, where you think like, I think if Trump's their candidate, we're going to win in a landslide, but it's still terrifying.
Absolutely. I also think if Trump's not their candidate, in my opinion, I don't think his base is going to get out and vote. I think he's going to be so butthurt and so upset about everything that even if he wanted to endorse another candidate, it's going to be some backhanded compliment. And I think a lot of his followers are going to stay home. I'm really hoping this next election he's screwed one way or the other.
Yeah.
If he's a candidate, we're going to win in a landslide. If it's someone else, his base is not going to get out and vote.
But you're right. I think it could be another clown show in the House. They're saying McCarthy can lose no more than 4 GOP votes if he pursues impeachment, and the make or break vote will come from those 18 politically vulnerable Republicans who represent districts that Biden won. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's what Joe Walsh was saying yesterday. He was just saying it's too late for them. They have gone all in on Trump. So he likely will be, I don't know how many times indicted by then, possibly in prison. We just keep saying, okay. But I think you're right that he will, it doesn't matter who it is, it's too late, I think, for them.
But with all of this, we better get our messaging down, and we better get these attack ads ready to go. If it is Trump, I mean, all of this footage of the indictments, all of this footage of him, his speeches and his rhetoric, like, we need to produce this like it's a Hollywood show and make sure that this actually reaches the people and the messaging is right, because that's where we drop the ball. That's where we trip on ourselves every single time, because they're better at it because they don't function in reality.
Right.
So they just throw all these lies out, and it's hard because we don't want to do that, obviously.
Right.
But we don't have to.
Yeah, it's easier when you don't care.
Damning for all of them now.
Right. If you lie, cheat, steal, if anything goes, if there's no rules, sure, it's easier. Jeff in Minnesota, you're on with Dana. Hi, Jeff.
Hi. You were talking earlier about balls, and I'm thinking that if Trump is actually put in jail,
yes,
that the guy who has to do the body cavity exam, he should be able to get workman's compensation for PTSD on that one.
Yeah. And how long would it take to get Lindsey Graham out of there? It's like, remember when baby Jessica fell down the well?
Yeah. You were on fire this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not even groaning on these. These were damn funny.
Thank you.
I know, it's a switch, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.